Guys, call me crazy, but I closed tonight at work. I just got off work. I just bought plants, and I'm taking one of those plants now and planting it out. Because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and now's a good time. I gotta work in the morning, by the way, and here I am out, the crazy plant lady, gardening in the middle of the night. And that's cool, but I am going to stick this bee balm in the ground, and it is a Bonnie's bee balm, and normally I don't buy things from Bonnie just because I think it's overpriced and who the parent companies are, like, yeah, seriously. So, I avoid it, but I don't say that I never do, obviously, because like this bee balm, it was $5. I think that's pretty fair for a bee balm. I know that a bee balm is going to attract pollinators no matter what variety it is. So I'm going to put it in the ground. And we're going to see what color it is to add to my bee balm collection too. I also want to find other bee balms. Definitely some local people's bee balms, or maybe if I could grow it from seed. I mean, clearly I done it with winter sowing, so I don't see why I couldn't do it again. It worked. And anyway, there's that. So let me get her planted in. And I got seeds and stuff coming up out here. This, I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. But see, that's a marigold. I transplanted that there. And that is Russian sage that I got growing there. I called it lavender, but it's actually Russian sage. To me, certain cultivars of lavender and Russian sage or salvias in general look pretty similar, so. You helping, Isis? All right, I can't do this one-handed very well. I'm gonna let you guys go for now. Continuing on with the crazy plant madness. So I am going to be starting perennial seeds in June, and I got this idea from watching a YouTube video. This woman that's been gardening for 30 years, and she says basically that seed starting is easier to do because the temperatures are warmer, so it makes the soil temperatures warmer and your seed starting cells and whatnot. So actually direct sowing perennials now or starting them in seed cell trays is ideal according to her. So I am going to see if her theory is correct. I took some of these seeds out of the freezer. Like these have been in there for over a couple years. We'll see what they do. I might just chuck them out in the yard because at this point I really don't care about them. I've tried growing lavender in my yard before, and it just does not like my soil conditions because lavender likes sandy soil. So then I got some late purple aster seeds and then some Roundstone Nursery seeds in that packet too. And then I got in my flowers box, which I want to find a different container eventually, but for now, I mean, I haven't prepped any of these, like cold stratified them, but I guess some of them it doesn't really matter if they're cold stratified or not. So I got plenty of seeds and I'll get more. So I'm gonna go ahead and experiment. So yeah, I got my Bush Doctor Coco Loco there, and that's what I'm going to use. I don't use a specific seed starting blend necessarily. I don't have problems with it. Maybe you do, but I don't. So let the madness continue, and I'll show you what I planted. So first, let me start off by this cell tray because I've ran out of ideas at the exact time for ways to mark what seeds are in what cells. So I started with, shoot, the white swamp milkweed in this one over here. And then, yeah, see the seed? I need to put that one down just a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Good seed to soil contact there. And then my turtle heads, I think these are the white shallones, but I got some of those there. And then I chucked some of those back here because those grow in the woods in the environment, and that's woods-like conditions back there where I want flowers to grow. So yeah. And then obedient plant, I sowed 2 stripes of that. So one of the Chalone turtle heads and then one of the white swamp milkweeds, and those got 2 seeds per cell. Then over here I have a full cell 6-pack of purple coneflower. It is heavily seeded with both seeds from Livingston, they were pelleted seeds, and then Southern Seed Exposure, and I've had those seeds both for a couple years. And I've tried winter sowing them and everything else you can think of, and they do not like me, so why not try this method? Then I have Ella Campaign, same thing there. Wild Blue Indigo, which this is my first year trying to grow Wild Blue Indigo, and winter sowing worked well for me. However, I underwatered. And then I had one growing and I transplanted it back there by the HVAC system, and then I decided, well, it's going to get big and bushy, so I want it out there in the pollinator garden, so I transplanted it, and that's when I had problems. So there's a story behind that. So restart all that all over again. And then a full seed of Bradbury's bee balm. I got plenty of seeds of those left, so I went ahead and sowed that pretty heavily too. And then I've got some seeds left over that I want to put in the, just chuck out in the yard. And I did forget to start some of these late purple asters, which I want to do too. Anyhow, I am putting the Wild Blue Indigo back in the box because I don't want to just chuck that since it gets big and bushy. That's not going to be something I'm going to want to do. I don't really want it just to do that. So I'll probably end up winter sowing some more at least and giving more plants away. I do know that. And I haven't started the lavender or the rosemary. I got 2 more cell trays left, this much potting soil left, so I'll play around with it. But I think with the state, however you say that, I'm gonna probably, it says tender perennial grow as an annual, but it's a USDA zones 8 through 10, and we're pretty close to 8. I mean, I'm growing colocasia and canna lilies out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and chuck these out in the yard too. I mean, I might as well go ahead and chuck some of these out in the yard too, because I don't know if they're going to grow or not. Ella Campaign, same thing. I'm going to chuck that Southern Seeds purple coneflower, and Seeds Needs pennyroyal, and that's what I just started in that seed tray over there. And I'm going to move all of these up to the porch railing with those so I could keep a better eye on them. And then, yeah, so all these seeds I am going to chuck out in the yard. And so that's going to conclude it for this episode of Crazy Plant Lady. So, telling you guys, I'm telling you, I love you, and so does Jesus, and your hair looks excellent today. God bless y'all.